low. Tap the, okay. That's it.
Oh, that was simple. I see Willis. Low, low, which these days maybe is the most important instruction you can give in boxing.
Yeah, especially
considering what we've been.
With that waistband.
Yeah, let's not get that conversation started. Christina Ponter and Jamel Herring here with you. Glad to have you with us. Ariake Arena, Junto Nakatani looking to make his title defense for the first time of that WBO World Super Flyweight title. Cortes looking for his first world title shot. This one scheduled for 12.
And already you can see Nakatani using that long range and reach with the jab from the southpaw position.
Yeah, you can see the difference in the reach right away as Argi Cortes, 25-3-2 with 10 KOs, is 3 inches shorter and has a 3-inch shorter reach as he tries to shoot the right hand.
And already, I don't like how Nakatani's kind of reaching with the jab. He may want to like kind of step in.
Like that?
Yeah.
On the button, he connects with the right.
And as far as Cortes, he can't afford to sit on the outside trying to box. He might have to, you know, step in a bit, using to maybe double up his jab to get in. Because you can tell already Nakatani's going to definitely try to fight this entire fight long range if you allow him to, because that's where he feels comfortable at. So you got to make him feel uncomfortable and press on the action. Nice counter from Cortes.
Try to catch Nakatani when he opens up. He just missed there with that lead left-handed Cortes. And boxing fans may be familiar with Cortes from his September 2022 fight against Juan Francisco Estrada. He lost a very close unanimous decision in that fight, but a very valiant effort against the future Hall of Famer Gallo Estrada.
Right now he's getting picked off though from the outside to Nakatani in those long distance range shots.
And Junto Nakatani will sit there all day because most of those shots, especially early on in this round, I mean, every time he threw, he landed.
And at times, sometimes those shots hurt the most, especially when you allow your opponent to get full leverage off those shots. Nice body shot from Nakatani. You gotta watch the heads though. This is the danger of a southpaw and orthodox fighter fighting.
You know all about that, my friend.
Yeah.
Southpaw. And you've had to deal with your share of, you know, cuts and as well.
Headbutts and
25 seconds left here in round 1. Junto Nakatani using every bit of that jab as a right hand gets in there for Cortes.
And Cortes needs to continue, you know, forcing Nakatani to his right, so he can land that big right hand, which is which is basically called the southpaw killer. But he has to work his way in there as well. Pull the big left hand.
Left hand to end round 1. And we want to talk about left hand. This one heard around the world in round 12. That one right there.
It was a shot.
My goodness. That perfectly placed shot in round 12 completely laid out Andrew Maloney, who was giving a valiant effort, albeit hit the canvas a couple times in that fight back in May of this year. But Junto Nakatani, after that, I mean, people that you can't help but take notice. I mean, I think he's ranked still maybe number 5, I believe, at junior flyweight, or excuse me, at junior bantamweight. But he's a problem, Jamel.
Yeah,
he really is.
And
I mean, I knew about him before that, but that was kind of his announcement to the world there.
And like we spoke earlier before we got on air, you know, how does he live up to that performance? You know, will the pressure get to him? Or will he continue living up to the moment?
Well, and that's a good question, because that's kind of something that I asked Rudy Hernandez when I had a brief text conversation with him trying to get some information on what Nakatani's camp would be like. And he's like, man, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on him coming off that performance and that win over Maloney. It's going to be really hard to top that. I know there's high expectations for Junto coming into this bout. But when you're a champion now, which he has been now 2 times over, you're always going to have that target on your back. You just got to continue to improve.
And right now, as we're looking, this is where Cortes needs more of that. He needs to force his way in the inside smartly, not crowd himself, but he definitely needs to get on the inside because Nakatani is going to continue just pop shotting him all night if he allows it. Just like that, and probably cruise to an easy victory. Or catch him with a big left hand at the end of those shots.
Continuing to pop that jab out there as Nakatani, even just using it to keep his distance. Yeah. Not always necessarily throwing it to land, but to keep Cortes thinking and to set up that left hand.
It's pretty much a rangefinder at times, or you know, or he can measure it to land that big left hand just like that. Nice jab from Nakatani.
Cortes using some feints there, trying to get his way in. Waiting to land a right hand of his own, trying to time Nakatani as he gets it down low there, and then Nakatani looks to counter. And
I think that's maybe like the first time we see Nakatani's back hit against the rope, because I was just about to point out that for the most part he just, you know, continues circling. Even though he's going to Cortez's right hand, he's not in harm's way, because again, you know, that jab is offsetting Cortes, and he just, you know, basically beating him with the basics and just using the middle of the ring.
Boxing is so beautiful when you just do the basic things so well, and the jab is the key.
And I always say that you can beat anyone with the basics. You got to just be smart and just know, you know, you got to just know who you are. I never considered myself as a flashy fighter. I just thought, you know, I just went in there myself as a southpaw. That was enough. That was basically enough right there to really, you know, offset orthodox fighters. But yeah, you could just pretty much beat a fighter with just the basics. And right now you see Nakatani just using basic 1-2s. He just got caught with a good right hand from Cortes. But again,
Cortes finally able to get inside a little bit there. Just under 20 seconds left to go in round 2 now.
But I fear that the longer Cortes stays out there, the longer he places himself in harm's way of getting hit with a big left hand.
He's trying to loop that lead left hand is Cortes, looking for a home for the right, missing there. 2 rounds in the books. Still to come on our card this evening. Up next, Tenshin Nasukawa taking on Luis Guzman, and then our main event, Kenshiro Teraji looking to defend his WBC and WBA light flyweight championship against Heki Butler. Ring Magazine bout also on the line in our main event. That one's scheduled for 12 championship rounds, and once again, Rudy Hernandez back in the corner.
And a moment ago, you seen in the replay when Cortes had his best moments. On the end of on the point of view from I'm sorry, I'm messing up a bit here, but
Nakatani.
Yeah, but then from the frame of Nakatani, he can't afford to pull straight back out, especially with a guy like Cortes who's just gonna follow him out and hit him with shots. He has to continue using those angles and continue to turn his opponent.
Round 3, Christina Poncher and Jamel Herring here with you. Right back to the jab goes Nakatani as he hooks it with that lead right hand from the southpaw stance. Just a bit. Has yet to really take it down to the body of Cortes.
No, doesn't have to. Nice shot from Cortes, but as you see now, Cortes is inching his way in instead of staying on the outside so much, and he's forcing Nakatani to use the entire ring. This is where he wants him. And right now, Nakatani is going into the direction of Cortez's right hand, so he has to be aware of that as well. Seen the feet getting tangled up a bit just a moment ago.
Which happens so often when you have the orthodox and southpaw fighters, each of those lead foot for each respective fighter trying to battle for that outside position, which, as you can see right there when he let that left hand go, has come more Nakatani's way, as he's been able to establish everything just off that jab in the first 2 rounds. And for the first time, they kind of get a little rough there on the inside here in round 3.
Yeah, and again, Nakatani needs to start changing directions, because he's kind of going, again, he's going in the direction of Cortez's right hand, and every time he gets too close, Cortes will, you know, let that right hand go.
Which earlier you mentioned wasn't too much of a problem because of the jab of Nakatani and him keeping it at range. But nonetheless, I mean, if you're going to be predictable in your movement, Cortes is going to be able to capitalize on that eventually. Now he switches directions just a bit, going towards his own right.
But here he goes again, going towards his left. Nice left hand to get out of the way afterwards from Nakatani. You see, he kind of changed that jab into a little hook.
He did, and he was able to land the left hand right there flush.
Yeah, the little check hook kind of threw Cortes off balance, allowed him to throw that left hand afterwards. You see him lining it up.
Cortes trying to eat up some of that differential in size when Nakatani opens up, as he's trying to throw at the same time. That's the only way he's really been able to get inside, is that strong, straight left hand lands again for Nakatani.
And Cortes can take that away by he just hit him with a good right hand there, but he had to start cutting the ring off. He's doing a lot of following, so he's just allowing Nakatani just to basically use up the majority of the round to just circle the ring and just box and pop shot.
Yeah, round 3 looks much like the other two.
Absolutely.
Looking into the corner of Cortes now.
I see a little nick under his eye. See, lined up, Nakatani just lining up, using that jab as a rangefinder and just lining up that left hand. Nice little counter left hand right there. So he kind of slid over and got out the way.
He just missed with that counter right, did Cortes.
Round 4.
Round 4, Christina Poncher and Jamel Herring here with you. Junto Nakatani and Argi Cortes. Nice right hand to start this round for Cortes.
Probably Cortes' best punch so far in this fight.
Agreed.
Yeah, but he gets hit with a good left hand and followed with a right jab from Nakatani. Again.
Twice with the left hand, and then right back out for Nakatani.
Again, Cortes can't afford to just sit back there and box the boxer. He has to probably take chances and make it a bit rough in there. Because you can clearly see now Nakatani's getting warmed up. He's a lot more fluent with his shots and his movement. Cortes almost got caught there reaching. He has to step in with the shots. He's not going to catch Nakatani like that. Especially with one shot. Just got caught there again.
And Nakatani is staying loyal to that jab for sure, and it's just been giving Cortes all kinds of fits as he's just really struggled to find his way inside.
And now you can see Nakatani like warming up and finding rhythm with his shots.
I mean, he's just in rhythm now here in round 4. Just kind of picking his shots at this point. Cortes is going to have to change things up.
Another good left hand from Nakatani. And he's out of there. Cortez's problem is, though, like he'll sit there and just watch too long and just staring, and then he won't fire off until he gets hit.
Yeah, it's been very rare in these exchanges, Jamel, where Cortes has actually shot first.
Watch your head. Watch your head. Watch your head.
And a lot of that, though, credit to Nakatani staying loyal to that jab.
Yeah, the jab, he's keeping him busy and occupying, and that jab kind of blinds Cortes, and then right afterwards he'll slip in that left hand. That body is a good body shot from Nakatani. Follow with a 1-2
right there. Yep.
And now Nakatani is feeling, you could definitely see that he's feeling it and he's found his rhythm in range.
Absolutely, under 30 seconds left here in round 4. Cortes just not able to get any sort of offensive momentum going through the first 4 rounds.
Especially this round, for sure.
It's a beautiful thing when you can continue to win rounds, mostly just throwing your jab. I know that a lot of boxing fans that love to see action inside and a ton of punches, which we saw in our last fight. But when you can have your way and win rounds clearly just primarily with your jab,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
It's like with the late great Nassim Richards used to say, swim and not get wet. Like, you know, he's letting his hand, meaning, you know, get your punches off, but don't get hit in return.
That was the best punch of the fight for Argi Cortes. Unfortunately, there was not much else in that round offensively for him, as there's the right hand landing for Nakatani.
You see, I kind of think he busted his nose up a bit. But yeah, and like you pointed out, that right hand came in the early, you know, part of the round, but afterwards it was clearly all Nakatani.
Jamel, if you're in the Cortes corner
Round
and you
5.
arguably are down 4 rounds to none, what are you telling your fighter to kind of change the tide here? What adjustments can he make?
Wake the hell up, push forward.
People might be telling us the same thing.
I mean,
3 in the morning here.
Wake up. Well, you know, you gotta start. You gotta fight. You can't outbox. Or you can, but if you're not really much of a boxer, a pure boxer, you gotta start getting under those shots. Probably bend a little bit more at the waist, and and march forward. But also throwing some feints to get him to react. Because at times, Nakatani, he'll overextend his punches. Just like that, just like that. But if you don't make him miss, he's going to hit you with that all day.
He looked to counter there with the right hand. But Nakatani also does a really good job at measuring that distance once he throws his punches. He gets, even if he goes straight back, it's just enough back to get out of the way of the shorter arms of Cortes.
And you see how he just tried to dip under, just like, yeah, he needs to start breaking at the waist, get under those long shots, and continue to push forward. Nakatani doesn't feel comfortable, as you can see right now, when you push him backwards. Also, start cutting up the ring. Don't allow him to get out too far. Step over.
Oh, there was a beautiful straight shot that landed for Nakatani.
Another one and another one. And I can see right now, for the most part, the judge is the rangefinder, and he's gonna throw that big left hand. Right there is what Cortes needs to do. You gotta rough him up.
Cortes looking to land that right hand there.
But don't just follow. Start putting your jab out. Don't leave it out there like that though. But start pumping that jab.
Why not meet the southpaw jab with your left hand, right? Kind of counter it a little bit.
Nice left hook from Cortes just a moment ago though. Ooh, good bow. Oh, that hurt.
Nice shot. That one hurt. That delayed reaction drops Cortes in round 5.
He's put the mouthpiece out.
He's still trying to breathe off that one. Steve Willis taking him over to rinse out his mouthpiece, buying himself a few more seconds. Savvy veteran move there.
Steve Willis dragged him over.
Sure did, because he knew what he was doing. 30 seconds left here to go in round 5. Will Junto Nakatani be able to finish?
Body shot, that body shot.
Cortes is clamming up and down again in round 5 is Cortes. Will he make it out of round 5? Junto Nakatani teeing up with the jab. Shooting the left hand once again, firing back is Cortes, and he will. 2 knockdowns scored.
And he slowly walked back to that corner, even though the corner wasn't a far distance away.
take a look at it, Jamel.
But this is just the first knockdown.
That
Boom.
body shot.
Yeah, delayed reaction. He felt it. Thought about it for a minute. Let me go sit down for a bit. And again, bam, yeah. Woo. And here's the second knockdown, I believe. There's a barrage of punches, but again, he didn't fully recover from that first body shot. And again, that second right there kind of nipped him, but it was just enough.
Round 6.
Round 6, this one a world championship fight scheduled for 12, and Nakatani scores 2 knockdowns in round 5. That body shot really took a lot out of Cortes. Let's see how he recovers here in round 6.
Nice left hand from Nakatani. And if I'm him, I'm going back to that body.
And interestingly enough, Nakatani hadn't put a lot of water in the basement, if you will, up until that point. And again, a little bit of a trip there, as no knockdown is ruled on that by Steve Willis.
He felt that body shot. He felt that body shot.
Ooh, he looked to the side and took a deep breath there, partner. But Nakatani knows that he has a hurt fighter in front of him here. And you can tell he's put a little bit more steam as Cortes actually lands a left hand there.
Nice jab for Nakatani. Nice right hand from Cortes.
Down to the body once again, and a slight warning from Steve Willis to keep it up there with the left hand, maybe a tad bit low. Oh, and that one snaps the head back of Cortes.
Cortes clearly he's trying to recover. So with that being said, if I was him, I would kind of just continue moving around the ring. Nice right hand from Cortes though. But standing in front of Nakatani, who's clearly bombing from the outside with that left hand, he might want to use lateral movement, step over left and right at times instead of standing right in front of him. Nice little shot to from Cortes to the body.
Cortes seems to have his legs back under him now in this 6th round. A minute left to go. He has landed a couple solid shots. And that right hand right there lands for Cortes.
That's what he needs to do. Continue pushing Nakatani back. And you can tell that bothered him by Nakatani tying up a bit. But yeah, Nakatani can't afford to fall asleep as well either. He has to stay sharp.
You know what Nakatani's not doing right now, Jamel?
He's not using his range and throwing punches.
Right.
So that means he was bothered by that shot. There we go.
Down to the body with the left hand for Cortes. 30 seconds left.
But Cortes shouldn't march forward. He should still putting a jab out there or something, or using lateral movement to get inside. I don't think it's a smart idea for him just to continue walking through the front door.
Well, he did have some success with arguably his toughest shot landed of the fight for Cortes, but it was that 2 knockdowns in round 5 that took him a little bit to recover. And round 6 is in the books.
Let's take a look at that replay.
And it's that shot right there.
Bam.
With the
Pulling
right
out.
hand.
He pulled out.
Not only straight back, but without his hands up into the ropes, a place that he hasn't been often in the fight.
Like I said earlier, he has to slide out or step to the side.
His friend and a stablemate who just fought, and I said he's probably going to shower up and get back ringside, right?
You did. You called. Yeah, you did.
Anthony Alasquaga, who won tonight via comeback stoppage in the first bout of the night, watching his stablemate Junto Nakatani put in work here. Round 7, Christina Poncher and Jamel Herring here with you. Nakatani scoring 2 knockdowns in round 5. Cortes having a little bit of get back there in round 6, landing some solid shots. Probably not enough to win him the round, but definitely keep him in the fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely some improvement, especially after those 2 knockdowns. But again, he's going back to sitting on the outside.
Nakatani back with the jab, doubling it up. Misses there with the left hand, and Cortes holds.
Okay, okay. Got you. Go. Watch your hands.
And Nakatani doesn't have that same oomph as he did with his little low, with the jab, and it's kind of like he's kind of like forcing, he's kind of pushing his jab at times, as you can see.
Lands the left hand there to the body of Cortes.
Both land good body shots.
They did, and you know, one of the things that's hard when you call a fight here from the studio is you don't get to see every angle of every shot, right?
Right.
You just get to see what we have on our screen. That's one of the things about being ringside. It's priceless.
So yeah, we're seeing what you guys are all out there seeing as well. Nice left hand from Nakatani.
You know, and to your point about that jab, it used to be 3, 4, 5 at a time, simply just to keep Cortes off him, and now there's coming 1.
Yeah.
1. He's definitely slowed down on the output with that lead hand.
Yeah, he's kind of using the nice little sneaky left uppercut from Nakatani, but he's kind of using the jab as just to keep him out there, keep him at bay. Which
he did a lot still in the first half of the fight. It just was with more force, and that one was a nice shot there, that straight left. But it was, excuse me, straight right, but it was more of that at a time.
Yeah. And then he was changing the speed and angle at times with that jab. Just like that, he changed the little angle right over the shoulder.
Yeah, he turned it over, right over the shoulder of Cortes.
And now, if you notice now, also Nakatani's kind of using majority of the ring to where, as in the first 2, 3 rounds, he basically kept Cortes in the center of the ring. But now Cortes kind of is pushing him back towards the ropes where he wants him at, just right there. He just can't afford to smother himself. You know, continue using range and being smart at the same time. Nice little overhand right from Cortes.
I don't know if that landed too flush, but that was I mean,
good effort.
That's the shot. That's going to be the shot if you can land it right there.
And yeah, that'll be a shot because at times Nakatani, he'll throw his jab from his chest rather than protecting his chin. Nice little sneaky long uppercut.
The right hand through the guard, and you know, if there's a you know, we talk about sometimes fighters taking a round off,
yeah,
if you will. That might have been a little bit of what we saw there from Nakatani as he backed off a little bit in round 7.
Looking at that shirt, that says Gucci with a Adidas logo on it though?
Collab. With the Louis Man purse across too. Don't leave that out.
Round 8.
Round 8. Back to the jab goes Nakatani. See if he can pick up the activity level here in round 8, and a right hand for Cortes. Cortes really has got to turn it up. He's likely down big on the cards, especially with those 2 knockdowns at 10-7 round in round 5.
And I like what he's doing. Like, he's trying to push forward, but he needs to push forward with more than one jab because, you know, Nakatani right now he's probably you know, counting that like that when he probably, you know, realizing that he's only throwing one jab, and then what happens when he does that? He'll bring the jab back, and Nakatani will come back with 2 shots of his own or his own jab. See, 1 here, 1 there. And I mean, even when he throws that one jab when he misses, he kind of freezes up Nakatani. But again, he needs to follow up with another shot behind it. Started off with that sneaky left uppercut, followed with a right hook from Nakatani. And again, it seems at times that, you know, Cortes wakes up after he gets hit with a good shot.
But you're fighting for a world title here, Jamel. You got to let your hands go. You got to go take it from the champ.
You got to take a risk. You got to take a risk.
At this point, I mean, round 8, he's got to try to take some risks.
And he knows he has the ability to hurt Nakatani because he did it. He did it, so he knows he can hurt him, but he just has to believe in himself and take more chances. Body again, yeah.
Strong shot there from Nakatani.
You seen that kind of froze him up, but Cortes up a bit again.
And it's been the straight shots to the body, right to the middle of the gut. It's not these looping shots around the side that you see tag in the liver.
Well, that body shot again. This time he looped that left hand.
Like a looping uppercut. I actually thought we were going to see more of those the other night from Venado Lopez, right?
Right.
Looking for that shot. We'll talk more about him in a minute.
Again, Nakatani going back to the body again. And you clearly see he kind of slowed Cortes down and made him hesitant from coming back in. That clearly shows you that those body shots are working. He's measuring, he's lining it up. There we go.
Oh yeah. Even with that little hesitation step, that little feint step to set up the left hand down to the body. You know, it has Cortes even just taking a brief little step back. Other feet, he kind of stepped on his foot there, yeah.
Knocked off balance, yeah.
Yep. Ooh, combination there from Nakatani to end the round.
Let's go.
Let's take a look. Again, set up everything with the jab. Everything comes off with the jab from Nakatani. 2 good left shots, left hands, and bam, right to the body. Another one to the body, but he kind of fell again. Sometimes he'll fall in and give up his range. I think he tripped. I think he kind of got tricked up again. He fell over. He fell a little bit too over his front foot with that left hand. And that was the end of the round, I believe, right here.
Round 9.
Round 9 in the scheduled 12-round championship fight. The champion, Junto Nakatani, looking to make his first world title defense of that super flyweight title that he won that was vacant in his last fight against Andrew Maloney. Cortes looking to capture his first world title in his first world title shot. Junto Nakatani also a flyweight world champion.
And even though Nakatani, you know, is clearly probably up in this fight, of course, especially with those 2 knockdowns, I felt like he was a little bit more aggressive his last outing than what he's showing now. I mean, he's still winning in rounds big at times, but again, he seemed a lot more aggressive his last time out against Maloney.
Yeah, I would have to agree, and we talked about this earlier with our last fight. Sometimes, you know, the stage, what's at hand, etc. You fighting up to the level of your competition, and
back at home,
you were fighting Andrew Maloney. It was a vacant world title. They both had earned that opportunity. It was a big card. I mean, that was a fantastic fight for Junto Nakatani, and he had his best performance when he needed it the most. But once you win that world title, and this is the second time around for him, second weight class, good left hand, that target's on your back, and you're going to get everybody's best fight every time out.
Right. Yeah, and to add on to that, it's expected, especially when you win a world title. Now it comes down to, okay, I'm a world champion, but am I considered the best in my division? So with that being said, you're always going to want to step it up a lot more with each and every fight.
Ooh, and you're talking about a stacked division at 115 pounds.
Yes.
I mean, Gallo Estrada, Chocolatito, Ioka, Sorong Visay. I mean, we're talking.
Yeah, it's stacked.
We're talking stacked division, and you want to separate yourself or continue to move up in those rankings. You just got to continue to dominate. But that was, like I said, I mentioned this earlier, a concern of Rudy Hernandez. He said, how are we going to top that last fight? How are we going to top those, how are we going to live up to the expectations based on
body shot
how we
bobbed
performed? And,
body shot.
Yep. I know, that's why he looked it off, and I kind of did too, because I thought they just got tangled up, but
no, he
maybe
was
right,
bothered.
partner. There was a shot that landed there.
It was a slight pause. It was a slight pause in the action.
Yeah, and Cortes kind of shook it off, but he was hurt to the body in round 5.
Here comes Nakatani.
Oh, nice counter right hand there from Cortes, catching Nakatani, pulling straight back.
Yep.
Oh, that's most of the time he's caught him in this fight, Jamel. It's been with the counter.
From Nakatani pulling straight back. Rounds are flying. Now we're going to get a replay, a shot of that knockdown. But yeah, those body shots are clearly still bothering Cortes.
Oh yeah, there was a.
See, he dropped the hands. He dropped the hands a bit.
Okay, but
I mean, bam, right there.
fair, right?
The hands drop,
he pushed his shorts back down.
Yeah.
He threw a couple, looked to throw another shot, and then that one kind of towards on his back. I don't know.
I mean, things got pulled down, but again, that body shot did definitely affect him.
Round 10.
As we start round 10, and Nakatani's built himself quite a lead here in his first world title defense.
He goes right back to the body.
Cortes do something spectacular. Can he shift?
He needs a knockout.
The momentum, because at this point, I mean, that's...
He needs a knockout.
Yep, you said it.
Yeah. And Nakatani, they see, and that's a sign right there. Whenever a fighter gets hit with a body shot and then goes back to his opponent's body, that tells you right there is because he's being bothered by those shots. So he wants to give the same, he wants to hopefully have the same effect with his shots to the body as well. You see him now trying to go more and more to that body of Nakatani. But he's throwing it so far out that, you know, Nakatani sees it a mile away. He has to step in with those shots. One jab isn't going to do it.
Doubling up on the jab there is Nakatani.
And he definitely can't afford to stay on the outside, because that's where those body shots actually come from. It's not so much of Nakatani's inside game, is that he gets full leverage even on the outside to the body.
Nakatani's set up that left hand with about 5 or 6 jabs, which is more of what we saw in the beginning of the fight. He's back to
pumping it,
you know, making it more active and efficient. Cortes looking to shoot the right hand off the double jab. His corner calling for an uppercut. Want the right hand down low.
And you see there, Nakatani, he's basically just getting his range finder on again with that jab, and then let go of that left hand to the body, head. Miss right there, but again, he's found his range again, and like you pointed out, he's starting to pump out that jab a lot more as he did early in the fight.
Yeah, his body language for Nakatani looks completely different here, again in round 10. Shades of what we saw in the first half of the fight as he lands a right hand there.
Started off with the left hand. Again. It's like, and Cortes only lets his hands fly after he gets hit with a good shot. But by then, you know, Nakatani's gone.
As their feet get tangled up there a bit, and back around the outside goes Nakatani.
Good body shot from Cortes, though. Right hand to the body. Look, everything starts with the jab from Nakatani. Just got him with it. But again, the right hand is a rangefinder, and then, you know, the left, the backhand will travel a lot further than the lead hand when you turn into your shots.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they're telling him, you need a knockout here to win the fight. We got to risk it. We got to go for it here. These are the championship rounds now. And you know, those body shots, like you said, I mean, they've continued to wear time after time, the jab and then those straight left hands to the body.
I mean, those body shots from Nakatani put, you know, Cortes on the canvas 3 times. Cortes pumping that right hand a lot more. You know, he's making the effort. And he's moving forward. But again, you know, you don't want to just march in, put something out there. Blind him with your jab.
Yeah, but I'm definitely not mad at how he started this round. I mean, a little bit more sense of urgency, trying to get in any way that he can. Sensing that he's got to close that distance to try to give himself a shot.
There we go, right there.
Down to good right hand to the body there for Cortes.
Just like that.
Connects there as well. Down to the body again for Cortes.
This is a good exchange. Good effort from Cortes. He just got hit with a good left hand there. But again, this is the best exchanges he's had in a while in this fight. Just got hit with a good left hand up top from Nakatani.
Catching Nakatani going back and being first. You know, that's what he did in the first minute of this round, and so he was able to get off some of those exchanges. And right there, he eats a straight left hand from Nakatani.
And he's eating a lot of good straight left hands there up top. And I will say he probably has a good chin, but maybe just a soft body. So I think Nakatani should put more effort going back to the body, just like that. See, and you can tell those bodies because those elbows and hands drop just a slight bit, and then what happens? The activity stops just for that moment. He's still trying to recover from that body shot. I promise you.
I believe you.
Still recovering.
No.
Ooh, counter shot there.
Yeah, from Cortes.
And that hasn't been a shot that's landed very much. It's been more of the right hands for Cortes, but that left hand, you saw the sweat fly right off the head of Nakatani there.
Nakatani trying to double up with that left hand there. Nice body shot. You can hear those shots.
Well, up jab there. Steve Willis.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that a belch?
Yeah, I don't know. What was that? That was us on that.
It wasn't us. It definitely wasn't me, Mr. Hair. Steve Willis is known for the expressions that he makes in the ring too. And if you go back and clip that off, I mean, it definitely sounded like a belch took place. Something his head went,
it's not just us in the room, though.
How would he hear us from Japan, Jamel? It's definitely not us in the room here in Las Vegas. That was interesting.
And he cocked his head to the side, you know, all right, we're back.
His face tells it all, doesn't it? Every time. Gotta love my man, Steve Willis. Gotta have a little fun. I don't know how much fun Cortes is having in there right now as we get to the 12th and final round, as he's taking some punishment from Junto Nakatani.
Round 12, last round.
The 12th and final round here in this Super Flyweight World Championship fight, and the champion likely way out ahead. 3 knockdowns scored.
There go Cortes. Nice, good right hand.
Just like he started round 11 strong, just not enough.
Right now, Cortes needs to really use every second on the clock to make an effort at trying to win this fight, because I'm sure he's down big. There we go, just like that. Yeah, he has to fight. Nice getting out of those punches. Whoa.
Yeah, and no need for the headlock from Nakatani, as I don't think Cortes was amused by that, as we have about 2 minutes left to go in this World Championship fight, and Nakatani shoots the jab, then the left hand straight there. Looks to hook with the lead right hand. It's 1-2.
I think that $1 million nightmare submission hold kind of took the, took the rhythm of a Cortes and slowed him down a bit.
Doubling up on the jab there. Cortes looking to land the right hand. Does a better job cutting off the ring there, something that you had called for much earlier in the fight.
He's still allowing Nakatani to escape. Right now, you can clearly tell. Oh.
Steve Willis didn't like Nakatani pushing his head down, but Cortes got a couple shots in.
Yeah, he did. Gotta go for broke. Another right hand, another good right hand.
I like Nakatani standing in here, though, and fighting like this in a fight that he likely has clearly up on the scorecards, Jamal.
No, and that's something he's probably have to work on when he goes back to the gym.
Oh, good shot there.
That hurt, yeah, that hurt.
He's looking for the finish here in round 12. Cortes holding on for life here. Nakatani pushing him back. 35 seconds to go as he swings him to the canvas. No knockdown. 30 seconds left to go in the fight.
Nakatani, I know after this fight, even though he still has Cortes hurt, he's going to have to work on not so much smothering his shots when he has his man hurt.
Down to the body goes Cortes. 10 seconds left. Nakatani looping shots. Back to the jab. Nice way to hook with that right hand. They bang to the bell. Nakatani taps his gloves together. Valiant effort from Cortes tonight, but Junto Nakatani scoring those 3 knockdowns. Been dominant with that jab. Solid performance from pillar to post for the champ.
And he finished that last minute strong to close out the show.
Big smile on the face of his friend and stablemate, Anthony Alasquaga, and a hug from Rudy Hernandez. The judges will tally up the scorecards, and then we'll move on our program. Coming up next, Tenshin Nasukawa taking on Luis Guzman in a bantamweight contest. Tenshin fighting out of Tokyo, Japan. Undefeated professional kickboxer and really a superstar there in Japan. It'll be his second professional fight. And he's taking on Luis Guzman. Kiko's gonna bring it tonight. I'm looking forward to that in our next fight. But meanwhile, we're gonna get back to the ring in just a moment with the official decision here for Junto Nakatani, who didn't get the stoppage here tonight. Instead went the 12-round distance, but it was still a dominant performance.
Yeah,
here's the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Lynn Carter scores about 118 to 107. Judges Efren Lebron and Luis Ruiz both scored about 119 to 106. All 3 in favor of the winner, And still the undefeated WBO Super Flyweight World Champion, Junto Nakatani.
And still undefeated now, increasing his professional record to